So obviously the hotel called.
I know.
And they're just
I was
concerned.
waiting for the taxi, actually. I didn't know where else to put my shit.
Sure. Okay. All right. So yeah, they were just concerned, obviously, because you had the weapons. So you were just trying to get a room here at the hotel, and obviously they got a little spooked.
I had my ID, so I just stood up.
Okay, just for our safety, we're just gonna detain you. Okay, you're not in any trouble or anything like that. Okay? You understand?
Yep.
Okay. Just for our safety, all right?
Appreciate you being cooperative, man.
We're just placing handcuffs on you for now. Okay.
This is
What's going on
procedural
tonight?
cuffing. So this is going to be taught, right? They have an armed person they don't know anything about, and rather than trying to do anything with him not cuffed, they're just going to preemptively cuff. Because you can cuff and release, right? I'm cuffing you because now I don't have to worry about you running for anything. I'm not trying to sweep your leg every single time you decide to take a sneeze or something like that. This keeps me from having to escalate force. This was really common in Texas back in the early 2015s. Before we became a constitutional carry state, we had concealed carry laws, right? So you could have a gun all you wanted, but one, you had to have a license, and two, you had to have it concealed. You couldn't print, you couldn't whatever. The biggest argument here was that people were pushing for what they call open carry, which from a tactic standpoint is stupid. But from a constitutionality standpoint, if mere possession of the object is not prohibited, why does the manner of how I carry it matter? Reason I get into this is here's a really good example of this is openly carrying a weapon, right? Which on its face is not a crime, but is reason to believe. How am I supposed to know this guy's not staging for a shooting, right? How am I supposed to know? A reasonable person would say, I carry guns with me every single day. I carry a rifle with me every single time I have to leave my house for more than 20 miles. I do take a rifle, but it's in a case somewhere where nobody can see it, mostly because, one, I don't want anybody stealing it, and two, I understand the kind of attention it's going to bring to me as an individual, right? I also like to conceal carry. Though it's not prohibited, this does give officers basically a reasonable suspicion to believe that a crime might be afoot. Also causes a reasonable person alarm. You shouldn't go to jail for it, but I have no issue whatsoever with law enforcement at least evaluating why. The biggest argument, if you had it slung to your front, you're going to get approached a little differently. If you have your hands on it and it's slung to the front, you're definitely getting a gun pointed at you if law enforcement's having to approach you, versus it being on your back, clearly without a magazine in it, stuff like that. It's going to change the way law enforcement approaches you. But here, if you're open carrying in this set of circumstances, because of the reasonable fear it causes, you are going to get law enforcement approaching you and trying to figure out what's going on.